Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today we're going to be working in the shade garden. Now, this shade garden used to be a completely empty space beside the house where there was really nothing going, bad drainage, all the things, and I turned it into a shade garden a few years ago, and I love it. Now, you can see this Japanese maple in the corner. It is struggling. It is not supposed to be that color. It's getting too much sun. So I bought a small new sail to install in this corner to give it a little bit more shade. So I'm currently putting in a screw eye or a hook eye. I'm putting it on one of the cross braces just so that it has to go through two pieces of wood and it will be sturdier. And then I have this very simple shade screen. I think it's about 80% shading, and I got it from Amazon, super inexpensive. I think it was like 20 bucks, something like that, and it's going to fit in this little corner over here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rope they provided, which I actually think is very ugly. I wish it was a different color, so I might change that out at a later point in time. And I'm going to install it using three points to secure it, and I think that's going to end up working out really well. After that, we're going to do some pruning and clean up in the shade garden, remove an old hose reel. I'm excited to spend a little time in this space. I love how easy these sails are to install. I think it's really great because, like I said, this area does get quite a bit of sun, and I was able to turn it into a shade garden. A significant portion of it gets shade as the day goes on, but in the mornings it still gets a lot of sun. So being able to shift this space into a shaded area is great, and you can see how much that Japanese maple is already covered. So I'm feeling really good about that. I'm also to bring y'all in a little closer so you can see the Japanese maple up close. I promise that it is not all the way dead. There's still green leaves, and it drops its leaves every season anyway. And then you can see that the trunk of it is still very green. So I think it's going to be okay now that I've got some shade on it, but I wish I'd gotten to that a little bit earlier. Next, I'm going to do a little pruning and cleanup, just going little bit by little bit through the shade garden. I moved some things around and made some adjustments this season, which I think have worked out really, really well. This is a coral bell or heuchera that I grew from seed, and I'm just coming in and I'm trimming out all the dead leaves. Heucheras struggle in the heat here in the North Texas area, and this guy has a lot of shade and he gets good consistent water, and they still have a little bit of a hard time. I do find that they do better in containers rather than in ground for me, so you'll see most of my heucheras are going to be in containers. But it's amazing how different this plant looks after a little bit of a trim up. All right, moving over to this side, I have a collection of containers over here. The shade garden is all containers and a raised bed garden. I didn't plant any of this into the ground, which is fine with me. I will say you can see this creeping Jenny spilling out of this container, and it is planting itself into the ground, but I'm totally fine. Totally okay if that creeping Jenny wants to fill in the space. I think that would be absolutely lovely. Just cleaning up a little bit, removing some weeds, some vines, cleaning up that one heuchera over there, and it looks a ton better. Now, shifting over to this 3-tiered vintage planter, I replanted this earlier this season and it's looking really nice. So I'm just going to clean up anything that's dead, dying, doesn't look great. But truthfully, once I really got in here, I thought it's looking really beautiful. And it just gets fuller and fuller and fuller the lower it gets to the ground. I'm pretty proud of all these caladiums because I started all of those myself from their bulbs, and a lot of these impatiens in here I started myself, as well as cuttings of some of the different Tradescantia. Now I'm shifting over to my raised bed. This is a 36-inch tall raised bed from Vigo. Doing a little bit of cutback specifically on some geum that I started from seed. It's not looking great, so I don't know if it's going to come back or if that's it. We'll have to see. I'm also coming in here and trimming back a little bit more heucheras that I grew from seed, as well as some hellebore that are tucked into this space as well. And then I also have 2 varieties of clematis along the back of this portion of the garden. So I'll reroute some of those vines. Everything is looking really good in this space. I'm really happy with how it is filling in and improving. I definitely think that I'm going to have to do some kind of situation where I remove these plants and I raise the soil level, because it really has dropped over the years, even with adding some soil and such. So I think that's something I'm really going to have to look into as we continue. I wouldn't mind having some bolder, bigger plants in here, so that's something we'll have to think about. And now that I put up that additional shade sail, that the far right corner of this raised bed will now get a little bit more shade, which is lovely. But I'm just going to clean it up, and it looks great when it's done. Okay, shifting over to this container beside the raised bed. This is a massive giant white calla lily, but it has already done its thing for the year. And so I'm just giving it a little bit of a haircut because you can see all the foliage is falling over and dying. I wish I had something else in this container that looked pretty when the calla lily doesn't, but I haven't thought that far ahead. So I'll just have to be on top of that for the future. I'm also gonna mess around with the tractor seat plant or the leopard plant, just removing any leaves that don't look very good. I've really enjoyed this plant over the years, and it really fills in the space beautifully. I'm thrilled with it. Now here's another 3-tiered vintage planter that I planted up this year. It is doing beautifully. I'm obsessed with it. I'm doing a little bit of cutback on some Vinca minor vines, just making sure that they don't get all the way down to the ground. You can see the double up pink begonias are looking really great. I'm trimming up a little bit of Brunnera here, but it's looking really nice. So I'm going to start on the bottom tier and work my way up. All right, so right here I have some astilbe that I am trimming back. I grew that from bare root a few years ago. It's done really beautifully. And you can see I have a lot of unique containers in the shade garden, and that's one of the things I love about the shade garden is there's just a lot of beautiful details in it. And I feel like the shade garden is small enough that you have the ability to enjoy those details, which is really lovely. Now, shifting over to the other side, I have some hydrangeas. I'm just trimming back some of the old blooms a little bit. Just kind of cleaning things up a little bit. I don't typically trim on these hydrangeas very often. I did this last year and I did it late, so that's why there's only a couple of blooms. I also have a Crimson Queen Japanese maple right here, and I am removing a couple of the branches just to make sure that they're not imposing too much into the walkway space. And once I remove the branches, it reveals a sweet little fairy village I have underneath with a couple of mouse ear heucheras that I'm trimming up as well. Not heucheras, I meant hostas. So this pathway through the garden is something I need to do some work on. I need to lift all of these puppy paw stones, and I want to install rock down the center of the shade garden. This area tends to get all the water from the backyard flows through this area, and the mulch just is not working the way I'd hoped it would. So I need to change this whole center portion to, I want to do small pea gravel, and then I want to put my stones back in there again. But that's a project that probably is not going to happen during the summer. We'll wait for the fall. Okay, and finally, I need to remove this old hose reel. I no longer use it. I haven't used it for a couple of years now, and I just have it screwed into the mortar. on my brick wall. And so I don't use it anymore because it doesn't make sense now that I have the trellis. I can't get the hose. The hose has to go a different direction. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this out, remove it, and it's really kind of nice because it opens up the space. I think it kind of makes me think about what larger plants could I put here at some point in time. So we'll have to do that. Now I did want to walk through the shade garden, just kind of showing you what everything is looking like. It's looking pretty lush for the hottest time of the year. I'm very pleased. Most everything in here is perennials, and so they will continue to grow and fill in the space. And I just look forward to this space becoming more and more lush over the years. I love this current Japanese maple, so I'm excited for the other one to kind of get itself together. It's not going to look good until perhaps next spring, but after a few years, it should fill in that corner beautifully. Now we're going to wrap up with harvesting some celosia. I'm cutting pretty far down on the stem to help encourage branching. I'm also trying to harvest my celosia prior to it going to seed so that I don't have celosia all over my stinking garden. Now to your left, you can see my contorted filbert tree. It is struggling. I don't think it's going to make it through the summer. I've been giving it supplemental water, but it is not looking good. So I'm not sure what to do with it. It's been in that pot for 3 years now. Perhaps it needed to be moved, but it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be moving it. So if it's not going to make it in this pot, it's not going to make it, which is a little sad, but it is what it is. All right, you all, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's peaceful day in the shade garden. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.